that said, it is now time that we are going to jump onto the grand finale. And after hearing all of these Disney news talking about their controversies, the new CEOs, and the new movies that they might have coming up, I think it is going to be time that we are going to have a break on that. And we're going to go and look into something a little bit different. And what I'm going to do is look into a trailer. Now, chances are, if you went to go and see the new Sonic the Hedgehog movie, then you have already seen this feature. That's already been done. But with this film, like, it took a while for the trailer itself to actually be released. Like, there were a few leaks during the release of Sonic the Hedgehog, but now we do got an official release. So with that said, it is now time that we are going to cap this episode off by looking at the trailer of Paramount Animation's next movie, Rumble. So let me go and set myself up for this, and let's go and check this trailer out.
Let's get ready to rumble! Are you ready? This is the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
He's coming!
Some of this. Hey, who wants a selfie?
Tentacular! I've got your whole life story tattooed on my body!
Yeah.
In a long history of monster wrestling, there has never been a champion quite like Tentacular. Fans around the world are asking, is there a challenger out there with the hunger, the drive, the discipline to become the next champion?
What?
All right, I think that's enough for today.
Steve might not look like much, but there is a champion monster inside of him.
Did he eat one?
Thank you. That felt great.
We seriously need to work on strength and endurance. Fortunately, I know just the thing.
What? Yeah, that's gonna be a hard no for me.
Oh, do it again! And again! Again! That's it! You got it! Oh, boy.
This is my nightmare.
And that was the trailer for Rumble, which we are not going to be getting for a long time. In fact, I'm kind of shocked of the fact that we just got this trailer right now, because we're just starting 2021. No, we're just starting 2020. And this movie isn't going to be coming out until 2021, so it still has like a full year until its release. Now, I think with this, I just need to go and start things off by mentioning my positives, because there are a lot of things that I do love about this. Like, number one, I really, really like this concept. So far, that sounds like an epically genius idea. Like, the whole thing about monster wrestling, where, like, in a way, you're kind of making a kaiju-style movie, but you're really emphasizing the wrestling theme. In fact, like, some people might say, oh, it's gonna be like some kind of WWE match. Well, it's kind of a coincidence, because WWE is actually co-producing this. And on top of that, what I do love about it is actually the creativity with what they could think of with the monsters, especially with, so far we only got 3 that we've seen so far. Like, we got the champion, Tentacular, we got the main guy, which is, Will Arnett, which is the, you know, the fat horn guy, and then we also got the, like, the Triceratops girl. Like, I don't think there's an official name for her yet, but, like, we also have her. That's, another representation of the monsters. But, the big thing, what I really do like about this is that with the concept, it does bring out a lot of creativity, especially with a lot of potential with what they can do with the monster wrestling. Like the best thing about this trailer, I gotta say, is how they are showing off Tentacular, where we see him as like this big shark monster with arms that can pretty much go from being like human arms to like a bunch of tentacles, and like he has so many different abilities as well. Like he can also, hold on a sec, like there's one moment like where Tentacular can glow. Like it really does play a lot on like this fish themed monster, and it actually does make me really excited to see what else they can do with all these different monsters. And one thing that we have yet to fully see is actually any of the wrestling. Now that's going to be one thing that I feel like will truly be epic. And on top of that, like even at that, I will say the animation is not that bad. I feel like the animation here can most certainly go and pull this off, where we can actually see the great potential where they can show off a lot of different creative, like a whole bunch of beautifully designed monsters where they're going to show a lot of creativity. And in a way, if I do have to make a comparison, it does remind me a lot of something like Monsters Inc., where it does have a bit of that style. Like you do see a little bit of that creativity of the monsters, especially with the Will Arnett monster. That does look a bit like something out of Monsters Inc. And, like, not only are we going to get a whole bunch of creative designs, but I can imagine, like, when they're going to be attacking each other, when they are going to be legitimately wrestling, I can imagine that it's going to be something in which, like, it will be a true highlight when the movie is going to be coming out, where we do see the creativity, where they would unleash, like, the monster's abilities. And, like, we would see, like, a whole collection of them, like, what their special powers are, what their wrestling moves are, what would be, like, their signature moves in a way. Like, it would be, like, a highly creative, monster-style wrestling match. Now, that part, I'm honestly very excited for. But then you get into the actual movie itself. And holy crap, is that a freaking disaster! This story so far, what they are presenting here, I'm sorry, I may sound harsh when I say this, but this is garbage. Like, all I see so far is pure, unoriginal garbage. In fact, the biggest comparison that I can think of when watching this is that this is reminding me so much of Kung Fu Panda. Of Kung Fu Panda. I was about to say Kung Fu Panda 2. But, no, the big thing is that it reminds me so much of Kung Fu Panda, where it is this sports-style kind of story where you start off with this fat blob, and from there, he has to continuously train, and we're gonna see, like, a bunch of funny, dumb montages that emphasizes a lot more on slapstick, where eventually he will become the champion, and his dreams will come true, and all that kind of stuff. I feel like already, it just feels so predictable, and even at that, the humor isn't necessarily all that great. Like, the humor, like, whenever they try to do, like, the slapstick kind of stuff, I feel like it's very typical. I mean, like, whenever you would see, like, some kind of montage featuring a fat character, how many times have we seen this joke? Whoops. Hold on a sec. Let me redo that, because I forgot I kind of muted the whole thing. Okay. Yeah, like, as I was saying, how many times have we seen this joke?
What?
Alright, I think that's enough for today.
Like, that's been done way too many times, of the old joke of, like, trying to do a pull-up or trying to do a push-up or something like that, and then, like, you got the trainer on the side going, okay, 1. And that's it. That seems like a typical thing. And especially, like, another thing being involved, it's like even this kind of thing, like, even this kind of slapstick with the Triceratops or the dinosaur-like woman coming in, trying to help out the Will Arnett monster. Like, this whole thing
You got
feels
it!
like another...
Oh boy.
This is my nightmare.
Yeah, this is another, like, kind of dull, kind of, how can I describe it? It's another dumb gag that like we've seen way too many times before. It just like honestly with the whole execution as a movie, it just feels so generic and the jokes are just not funny. So, like, honestly, with all this, it's like, I want to see the potential because, honestly, visually, this is a great looking and stunning feature. It has the requirements in order, like, it has the materials in order to become an in order to become an amazing animated feature. But my problem with this is just the execution. When you get into the movie aspect, that's when things really fall apart, and that's when things start to really feel like just another bland and generic animated kids flick. Like, I love the animation, I love the creativity that they put on the design of the monsters, and I can't wait to see them actually in action when they would go and actually do some wrestling moves and stuff. But other than that, so far, it's just, there's nothing that's truly selling me as a movie. I mean, like, yeah, sure, like, maybe it would sell, like, maybe, like, if they were promoting this as, like, you know, as a toy lineup, that would actually be epic, but as a feature film, no, it's just, none of this, like, it's, well, not none of this, but it's just really the movie aspect, like, the feeling that I get in terms of the writing, the feeling that I get in terms of, like, the performance of the actors and stuff like that, I just feel like this is just going to be a lost cause altogether. And I mean, maybe I could be wrong on this, because so far this is the first trailer, and not only that, but it's not going to be until an entire year until this movie does get officially released. So who knows? Maybe in the future we are going to see something that's a little bit more different than this. Maybe we are going to see a bit of character designs that are going to be changed a little bit. Maybe they will update the story a bit so that they would also have they would also have the actors come back and do some rework some of the new dialogue. Like, maybe they will actually do some changes. They got a lot of time so far, and again, it's actually kind of shocking the fact that they would release this trailer super early, but I don't know, like, maybe they will, maybe they will take the time in order to go and update some things, but so far, I'm not really into it. And also, like, another side note, like, as much as I really do like the animation, I don't know how to feel about, like, the design of the human characters. Like, I don't know, it's just, there's something about them that just looks a bit weird or uncanny. I don't know, it's just, it's hard to really pinpoint the problem. It's just, for me, it's not gelling with me well. It doesn't, like, they don't look, they don't look finished. They look generic in a way. They just look like generic templates, and hopefully they will go and update that soon. Like honestly, like, you do see a lot of detail and a lot of great work done on the monsters, but then, like, you got the human characters that just look, I don't know, it's just, I don't know if it's me or they just look a bit off. So yeah, overall, honestly, I love the concept, I love some of the animation, especially with the monsters, but when it comes to the movie itself, I am not excited for this at all, to be honest. So, with that said, I would like to go into the chat wall, and I want to go and ask you guys, what do you all think about this trailer of Rumble? What are your first impressions of it? Do you disagree with me and actually do like this trailer? Do you think it's actually enjoyable? Does it make you excited for the movie? Or is this film not really, is this movie not really selling you all that well? Are you not really that excited? So let me go and let me know what you all think about this. Let's see. It's like Monsters Inc. or Monsters vs. Aliens, but with all that wrestling and stuff. I see WWE Studios and Walden Media have done it, just in time after Walden finished producing The Star for Sony. And it still hyped me off for that. Thanks to Paramount Animation, they will yet to be sooner to become anticipated movie next year. I would see it next year. Before you end this episode, I have one question. Why all this movie could handle too much wrestling references, aren't they? Probably. Anyways, let's see. Let me guess. Steve's gonna be a screw up, but he eventually gets better at wrestling. Then there's a big misunderstanding, and he says he doesn't need Winnie, but they eventually reconcile. The big match arrives, and Tentacular is the twist villain. Steve is knocked down, but gathers his strength to take down Tentacular. Steve wins. Dance party ending. Boom. Just save y'all $10 and 11 months. That, sadly, that could be the case. The dude is entirely right. With the way that it's so generic so far, it's like that could be the thing where there is going to be that dance party, and there is going to be that moment of misunderstanding and reconciliation and taking down Tentacular to be the new champion and stuff like that. Like, there is going to be all that. Like, I'm sure there is going to be all that happening. Let's see now. Rumble seems like an interesting idea. Pretty rare for a kids movie to have kaiju monsters in a wrestling match, and I do like animation being more imaginative with the monster designs, and that got my attention. But why release a trailer a year from now? Because normally it would be a 4-month wait for a movie to come out with the trailer to fill in the wait. But besides that, I will see it since I'm a Godzilla fan nutcase. Plus, I'm sure it will be better than Wonder Park that Paramount also did. Yeah, well, I don't know, because, well, I mean, yeah, it's not mean-spirited. It's like, it's not pulling off some dumb crap of like, oh, the mom has cancer. Oh, but look at that, at the end she's okay, magically, without any explanation. Like, it doesn't have a depressing, this depressing, melancholy mood that's ruining it. Like, maybe it's better than that, but honestly, I don't know. Even at that, I would still debate maybe it could end up being on par with Wonder Park. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Let's see now. To me, I just don't know. Like, I do get the concept and this whole Kung Fu Panda thing, like, story could give an idea to it, but I'm not really getting into what it's selling. But I'll keep in mind this might be just a small taste, as it is a teaser, so it might catch up. Maybe somewhat, who knows? Yeah, exactly. Like, who knows? Maybe when the next trailer comes out, like sometime maybe in the fall, like maybe it will be something that will be much more interesting that will catch our eye. So there could be that as well. All right, I'm gonna go and read one more comment before we before we get out. I was surprised to see this trailer appear before the Sonic movie appeared, but it looked terrible. Outside of the decent animation, it looks like a mediocre at best film after looking at this trailer, especially having a Dirty Dancing reference at the end. Also, I think it's dumb for Paramount to release a trailer too early when scheduled for a January 2021 release. And also known as the dump month, which is something that tells that this movie is not going to be good. Not looking forward, in my opinion. Oh, this is going to be coming out in freaking January? Whew, boy. I feel like it's been a while since we've had those, but, oh god, if that thing is gonna make a comeback, then, oh boy, I am so not excited for this then.